I get it. Outsourcing can be tough, especially if you've just started your own business, you have been a one-man show, and you're kind of at the position of thinking like, I kind of need to hire someone for that. Chances are two major things are going through your head if you're in resistance to hiring someone to help you with something. Number one, no one can do it as good as I can. You want to be in control of every piece of the puzzle. I get it. How are you going to find someone with as good a quality? It only means stuff to you. And so you're going to put the most amount of effort into it. Okay, that's one thing. And then the other thing, more logistically, is the money. If you're a brand new entrepreneur and you haven't been in business long, or you have and you're not quite successful yet, you may be hesitant to pay the money to have someone help you. So I want to give you a real life example of something that happened to me in my first, I want to say year, maybe 2 years, but I think it had to have been in my first year of entrepreneurship with my new business. And I hope that this example puts into perspective some things for you to think about, and maybe some options for rethinking your hesitations on hiring someone to help you. I actually give this exact example in my new book that I put out last year, Not Your How To Guide to Real Estate Investing, Life Lessons on Hacking Your Mind Before You Hack Your Wallet. There'll be a link in the comments to it. Yeah, it's a real estate investing book, but a lot of the concepts are very applicable to all sorts of aspects, entrepreneurship, everything, which is why this example is in there. It's talking about the worth of outsourcing in certain circumstances. Now, caveat to this, do I think you should outsource everything immediately right away? No, not even a little bit. But there are going to come points where you need some help. So here's the example to see if it helps ease your hesitations any. I was the one-man show, one-woman show, working on my company. I was doing everything from the website to the emails to the planning to the visionary stuff to the technical stuff, everything. I, to this day, wish that I had screenshots of the website that I created for my company back in the day. It was so terrible in hindsight. But, again, I was trying to save money. I felt like I needed to do things on my own. It was cute. We'll call it cute. And I had fun doing it. So I was working on the website, and this was a Friday afternoon. Now, keep in mind, as an entrepreneur, I or you, our time is worth something. So let's assign a value to my time. Let's call it $100 an hour. I am worth $100 an hour if I was doing work for someone, just to make it an even number. So here I am, Friday afternoon, and I came across a little hitch on my website. I don't remember what it was, some little technical, little tiny detail, but it was causing some function not to work. And so I was like, I got this. Okay, cool. And sometimes I can figure this stuff out on my own. So I start plugging away and I'm trying different things. I'm Googling different things. I'm looking at both screens. I'm doing everything. And, I'm an engineer by training. So what can tend to happen in these situations is I get it in my head that I take it as a personal challenge. I'm like, oh, never mind the functionality. I'm going to beat this thing. So I was on a mission. I was like, because it had to be fixed. I don't know what it was, but it was a critical situation. So here I am chugging away Friday afternoon. 7 hours goes by. At some point, I probably got up to get a little bit of food, but I was working on this problem for 7 hours. Okay, cool. And I wasn't fixing it. Not long before this, I had met a guy. I hire a lot of my employees on Upwork, virtual assistants, and I had met a web guy who, at the time, this is 8, 9 years ago, he was $12 an hour. He's now much more because he's phenomenal and everything else. But back then, he was just getting started on Upwork, so he wanted to get some clients, and he was charging $12 an hour to work. And I had connected with him about some other things about like possibly working together, but we hadn't done a whole lot. And I thought to myself, hmm, maybe I should ask him. Like here I am chugging away. Let me put my ego aside and let me ask him if he might know how to deal with this thing. So I sent him the message and he fixes it in, I don't remember it. Let me see. I have the book here with the numbers. I want to make sure I just tell you the specific numbers because I could ballpark them all day long. But let's see. And I'll even tell you what chapter in the book this is in. I don't know how I'm going to find it very quickly. But he fixes my problem. Here we go. In, oh, wait, I'm sorry. He didn't fix it in 12 minutes. He was $12 an hour. He fixed it in 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. This was fixed. It was such a simple problem for a web person that he fixed it in a minute and a half. So let's talk about the math on that. If I'm worth $100 an hour, I just spent 7 hours trying to fix this problem. So one could argue that I just wasted $700. I could have been doing other work and been earning $100 an hour for 7 hours. I just lost $700. Now the math I wanted to double check myself on, he was charging $12 an hour. It took him 1.5 minutes to solve the problem. So that math ends up being 1.5 minutes versus $12 an hour equals 30 cents. I paid the web guy 30 cents. You know what? Let's round it up to $1 and say that he charged me for the communication time. I paid $1 to have this problem fixed in a minute and a half. So we'll even round that up to say 5 minutes by the time the communication all happens. 5 minutes and $1 is all I had to spend to have this web guy fix the problem. Now compare that to my 7 hours and $700 worth of my time. And I lost every ounce of sanity I had in that, because it was kind of a fun challenge for a while, but let's be honest, after a while, I was about to pull my hair out and throw the computer out the window. So that is one of my favorite examples of why outsourcing can not only save you money. That I think is the harder part for new business owners to understand, is like, it's really hard for us to see sometimes how spending money could actually be saving us money. So yeah, one could say, well, you weren't going to earn $700 that Friday afternoon anyways. Not the point. I could have been working on visionary things, for example, for my company, and come up with a very simple idea that eventually brought me 5 clients and made me thousands of dollars. So even if it wasn't a direct $700, the idea is, what else could I have been doing in that 7 hours? Anything else. If I just watched Netflix for 7 hours, I at least would have been charging up my sanity, because I lost my sanity in all of this too. It wasn't just $700. So, again, we want to do everything ourselves and we don't want to spend the money. Yes, the money can actually be a tricky one, because sometimes we just legitimately don't have that money. But in this example, hello, it cost me 30 cents to figure out that problem. So before you make the money claim, actually confirm the numbers on that. And then as far as doing everything ourselves, this is actually kind of a different video, but I'm going to throw a little nugget there too. Yeah, sometimes we need to do things ourselves to get it done the best way. However, what I've learned over years of entrepreneurship is everyone that works for my company they're all doing things that they're phenomenal at, and they really get a lot of joy out of doing. They're just good at them. It's their strengths. They like doing those things. All of those things are things that I hate doing, and I don't know how to do them very well. So there's a misperception there about, if I do everything myself, it'll be the highest quality. That would mean that if I kept the original website that I made for my company, it would be the best one. Absolutely not true. My company's website now is so built out. I don't even know, it has so much functionality that I don't even know I wouldn't have been able to do any of that. So I hope that I have debunked the 2 biggest reasons to not outsource. Again, don't outsource too quickly, but when you start to kind of get to that point where you need to think about doing it, if you're having that resistance, those are the resistances that I hope I just debunked for you with my actual real life example. And I hope that it helps you get whatever work done easier and cheaper and to a higher quality than if you hoard it for yourself.